Hello, everybody, and welcome to Graded Point Live. We're going late and light tonight. um,
Yeah, we ain't got nothing going on.
yeah, we went late and light. I had some things to deal with. Daryl had some things to deal with. Jordan just got off work, pretty much.
Yeah.
Cab is dead, I'm sure.
Just in the cab dimension. It's fine.
Yeah. There's apparently I have the donut dimension.
Yeah, you're the donut dimension. He's the cab dimension.
And I got that stuff on lock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when you go to the donut dimension, that's just because you're fucking fat.
Yeah.
Cab is just broke.
Yeah, he's just a broke man. Yeah. It's great. Oh man. Wow, what's going on there?
I was trying to very sneakily adjust my microphone stand. Wasn't fucking working out.
All right, I don't see a link here.
Nothing's running?
No, you sure we're live?
It looks like it.
Let's see. Okay, there we are. All right.
You know how it takes a minute sometimes for it to,
Yeah.
you know.
All right, so let me go shill that.
I'll shill it too. We're shilling live.
Oh shit. All right, so keep talking.
We're shilling live. No, I'm just,
Shit, all this pressure. Fuck.
right?
Yeah.
I can talk about my magnificent Twitter adventure today.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah. Go. Oh yeah. You had a good one. Yeah.
That was fucking great.
Yeah. You go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, because Ashley Lynch was talking about something about people who torrent comics and how they don't actually buy comics. And I asked her, well, what the fuck would you say if I told you I do both? And that actually is something I do, especially with the way that comics are nowadays. If I see something that sort of piques my interest, I will probably, like, I'll torrent like the first issue. And if the first issue is good, I usually go on Comixology and I'll buy the full thing. That is actually what I did for Motor Crush. I torrented the first issue of it. It was pretty good. It wasn't SJW bait like I feared it might be, with a black female protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just bought the full thing, like the first volume, which I think was the first 6 or 7 issues, for $12. And then everybody. I remember there was this one guy who said, if you can't buy. You can't spend $5 on number ones. You're not a true comics fan. You're a moocher. And I was thinking, motherfucker, even if I had unlimited amount of money, I wouldn't be spending $5 on a single issue of a fucking comic book.
Exactly.
Like that value proposition is so fucking asinine.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I don't get people who. I mean, I understand this. People. The people that want to do that. They're like, oh, I don't know if I want to. But because unlike what some people think, some people think, print media is dead. Even with comics and stuff like that. No, I think there's some people who still like to hold the physical copy. Like get it in their hands and stuff like that. But you said you do more comicsology stuff, though, yeah?
Yeah, I am, like, in all forms of media, be it anime, video games, comics, manga. I'm digital only. I fucking cannot stand having physical media anymore.
Mm-hmm. So you fully transitioned over to digital, essentially.
Oh yeah. Every time I can get something digitally, I try to do it.
Just don't get too used to transitioning, because we don't.
Yeah. My beard is too luxurious to ever pass as well, so don't worry about it.
Yes, it's like you're getting into that. What did I used to call it? There was the the genotype we are, Homo sapien. I used to say I'm so straight I'm a heterosapien. You're heading that way, fam.
That's where I'm going.
With that luxurious beard, the longer it gets, the more. Next thing you know, he's like, "Hey, Jordan, what are you doing? Chopping wood." Why?
Chopping.
Because
fuck you. That's why.
Right. You just out in the, you could be in the middle of the city. You find a tree, the one tree in the city, and you're just going to chop it down because it has to be chopped down.
I have to do it.
Yeah.
I can't make people can't believe that I'm anything other than the most heterosexual man on the fucking planet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's down those fucking trees.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Ashley Lynch, because that was the kind of the impetus for making that video today that I made. If anybody hasn't seen it, you need to check it out. But yeah, that's what, you know, because they said it was made up. You know, the term social justice warrior is made up by alt-right, you know, people. I was like, no. Let's put some historical context in this. In about 2013-14, you guys came up with that term.
Yeah.
That was a term created by social justice people.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all wanted to feel like you were a warrior, that you were going to war. I even saw stuff like this. People I used to follow, they were like, people were handing out pins at conventions and stuff that says social justice warrior, social justice monk, social justice mage. You know, they were pretending like it was a, you know, like a fucking MMO. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I said, no, don't pretend. Don't even get me started on that. And see, and that's what started, you know, they gave me the impetus to, well, the original impetus was like somebody was trying to dog on Ethan Van Sciver's artwork. So this looks like shit. I'm like, bruh, I don't think you know what shit is, because if that's shit, holy shit.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Ethan's work isn't bad. It's not exactly to my cup of tea, but you want to talk about shit. Look at Modern Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Where people don't even know how the fuck perspective works. Like at the very least, I may not care for Ethan's work, but it's not that his work is bad. It's just it's not to my fucking taste.
Well, you see, you're looking, you know, like somebody like me. The reason I love his work is because I'm a '90s kid. You know,
right, and that shit is '90s as fuck.
Right, and that's, so I'm loving it. You know, it's like it brought, like when I read Green Lantern Rebirth and Flash Rebirth, I was like, yeah, I'm home again. You know. Well, since I'm home again, let me show the Boomer image. Okay, there's the new one. It'll show up in a few seconds for you guys. Yeah.
Let's take a look at this Boomer shit.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
We made an update.
Why do I have a can of what?
That's Mulatto Bear Mace. I told you I was going to put in Daryl's hand. We were going to put in Daryl's hand.
That's perfect. I love it. Oh god,
that's pretty great.
Yeah. Cab did the edit on Boomer 1 over there, and and I said, since I'm supposed to represent Boomer 2, I said, could you put me in a Panthers hat? He's like, yeah, I got you.
I got you, fam. It's fine.
I mean, everything else is fine. You know, like the glasses, you know, the beard. I probably wouldn't wear shorts.
Right.
Because I don't wear shorts. I'll sweat to death, but I'll never put on a pair of shorts. Just me.
All I wear is shorts.
I was gonna say, I love wearing me some fucking shorts.
Yeah, man, I'm wearing some now. Hey, did you guys shill?
Yeah, I shilled.
Okay. I forgot to shill. I was going to, but then I got distracted because you're like, say some stuff, and I was regaling our audience with my tales of people calling me a fake comic book fan.
Yeah. Take that, you faker.
I don't think I'm ever going to recover.
It's just all over for you right now.
well, the thing that I always think is funny about that isn't this the type of gatekeeping that they really didn't like Gamergate doing, supposedly doing, as well as what they're accusing Comicsgate of doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird. And of all things, it's not the fact that I don't buy comics, because I still do buy comics. It's just I also pirate, so that automatically, you're not a real fan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I guess. I don't.
You're robbing the the artist and the writer or something. No, you're not, in a technical, because they already paid for that.
Yeah, they're already paid by the company. If anything, I'm just screwing Marvel and DC.
Yeah, and plus,
in that case,
and plus you've already stated that if you like it, you buy it.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a surprise guest in about 5 minutes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Is that
it's my father. This will be the first time I've seen him in 30 years.
We're having a live reunion show.
Fantastic.
It's gonna be a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Yeah. Actually, we've got Munir joining us.
Monier's gonna join us. Nice, I like him. You're gonna like him.
Yeah.
He's one of them foreigners, but he's a cool foreigner.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's from Malaysia, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, I was drunk when he told me, so I'm surprised I remember. No. Nah, he's a good dude.
And he's an artist too, so that's a...
Yeah, very good artist. Yeah. And that'll actually lead us into one of our topics if you want to take
some of our up-and-coming artists. Yeah, we can, when he's here, we can start talking about that. I think you might even you might be interested in that, Jordan, because, I've said for a while, like, the future of comics is going to be, like, I mean, yeah, you could say, like, people like Ethan and John Malin, Mike Miller, Doug TenNapel, those guys are spearheading this new kind of dynamic with comics, but it's going to be the young folks that actually can draw and, and actually have talent that are going to that are going to be the future of it. So they need to ride this wave too. I've always said it's time. A lot of them, they need to get on this wave and start riding as well. And I'm that's my biggest thing. And I'm like, in the new year, I'm really looking forward to like some of the stuff that's coming down the pipe from them. So
yeah, and that's the thing. We want to give attention and love to the folks out there who might not might not be making Ethan's stream or whatever, or hanging with diversity in comics and shit. The guys who are no less important, but who and I will be clear. So in case there's any confusion, nobody's owed a spot on Ethan's show, so don't get me wrong, but it is undeniable that getting those eyes on you can help, well, it's exposure, and it's good.
Well, Ethan put it best one night. He said it a few times that he's basically that.
That's what we're hoping to do is fill in that gap.
And if I was,
and there's Spurge, and we have no illusions right now that our reach is that wide, but it isn't going to stop us from doing something. Exactly.
But somebody will watch this eventually, So
right. Exactly, man.
I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, and there's some exciting stuff out there, man. Like I follow. One project I really like is on that Tapas or whatever it is. It's called Bloodstain, and it's really good. And so like those are the kind of things.
But yeah, because
which deserves the attention all the time.
Yeah, because we're looking at the situation where for comics to survive, it's going to take a new up and coming industry, right?
Right.
It's going to. Who was it? Cab the other night who said, "Excuse me, why care? Why should they care? So why not use them for these people who are and let's talk about gatekeeping for a minute, since somebody mentioned, Jordan, you mentioned it, right, about gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's happening with Marvel and DC, and I guess to a lesser extent Image and IDW. Doesn't that sound a lot like what happened in the indie gaming scene?
Mm-hmm.
It is vaguely familiar.
Yeah,
it is essentially them gatekeeping the fans out of their
not only fans, but getting rid of the old guard.
Yeah,
So you're telling
like Ethan,
or not even Chuck Dixon.
Oh yeah, Chuck Dixon. Wow.
Okay, Jordan, let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
you're going to tell me.
All right.
You're going to tell me the guy who created fucking Bane cannot get a job with the big two.
Right. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, that's I mean, I don't know, man. Bane's not even that good of a character.
Oh wow, dude.
He's only one of the most well-known Batman villains outside of fucking Joker.
Right.
Character so fucking iconic that it gets regularly memed on about him breaking Batman's back.
Yeah.
Right.
And how many decades ago?
I mean, that was like what, the 90s? So yeah, it's like almost 3 decades now. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're telling me that guy can't get a job at like one of these major fucking comics companies, that seems completely fucking ludicrous to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Not only that, but I mean, he's been in the films. He's showing up in Gotham next season. And he's an iconic character. And to treat the guy who created him like that, is just
because his politics are different from yours.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And and has to turn to like somebody like Vox Day to be able to tell stories.
Yeah.
I mean, that's whatever. But I think he's starting to learn too that maybe can Chuck Dixon go the self-publishing route and get funded? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Chuck would have any problem if he wanted. And plus, I will say this: he could literally not work a day in his life ever again, and he'd be set because of just the residuals he gets off Bane.
Right, yeah.
Anytime Bane shows up in a movie or a cartoon or a new toy comes out or something, he's getting cheddar. So.
Right. I mean, we got somebody quoting Bane, in the chat. So yeah, tell me that character is an iconic, man.
Do you like charge?
Yeah.
So Wayne, I just put in the chat here the second link. Very very important tweet from me. If you want to put that on stream, okay. It's nothing bad. It's just a reference to the earlier conversation from today with Ashley Lynch.
Absolutely, and we have Mr. Mior here.
Hello, sir.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to Greater Point Live.
Oh, you live now?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah, we went.
We were kind of talking about artists and stuff like that, and I say, Daryl, let's get some of the artists in here, and you answered the call. So.
You meant artist. Oh.
No, yeah, not autist.
We got to know that already.
Yeah, we got two or three of those already.
Hey, don't let me in with you damn dirty autists. Shit, there goes our autist viewers. There goes Daryl fucking stuff up again.
Hey, at least you didn't fuck up the intro this time. That's something.
I was really, really, really trying hard not to.
You were going to though, weren't you? Don't lie. You were thinking,
yeah, I was secretly hoping that Wayne would have you do the intro so I could fuck it up.
Yeah. I would have expected somebody to, and I would have been disappointed if they didn't. Hey, I'm watching the stream right now, and you know how we took all that time to set that shit up, Wayne?
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking. It's not centered, dude.
It's not.
I mean, it's centered, but our pictures are showing up. There we go. Now they are.
Yeah, when you open up, like, I think one of the side menus, it makes things off center for a bit. But if you don't have anything opened up, that's what
it was. I had a side menu up, so yeah.
A little bit about your work and what you've been doing and stuff, and so yeah, you're on the spot, brother.
What you want me to start now or?
No, you could.
No.
This is like right now. You can just jump in whenever, but we're gonna get to like talk about artists and stuff like that in a second. I got to show this. I got to show this tweet apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to. I just figured
absolutely
it'd be fun.
do because it's great. There you go.
But you are, of course, more than welcome to join in the rest of the conversation. You don't have to sit there quietly until we get to that point.
Right. So we got a picture of Jordan. Pictured a fake comic fan who doesn't support the comics industry with his copy of Flying Sparks.
Yeah, but
how is that anyway?
It's not bad. The art style is not exactly what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
The cover really betrays what the art style is for the internal of the book, but it's definitely not bad.
Okay.
It has sort of that. At least like the art style has that sort of early to mid 2000s vibe for it, which I really dig on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Overall, not too bad. I actually was thinking I might do a review of this, either like a written thing for the site, or I might do a video or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do it. You could do it. I say you do it diversity in comic style. So, hey, it's your boy Jordan. Okay. So I got the Flying Sparks here. And by the way, I had to change my transmission in my car today. It was really weird. Because you ever notice I like Zach, but man, sometimes I listen to him and I literally fall asleep. Yeah, he's got that kind of that same tone throughout, and I was like,
I heard him get mad the other day.
Oh,
man.
he got mad the other day with the copyright strike, but yeah,
it wasn't even the copyright strike, man. It was the comic they got shut down. The one we discussed the other
we discussed the first night. Yeah,
he was pissed off, man.
I mean, yeah, I've never seen. He went like an hour and a half just talking about, Like,
it was an hour and 15 minutes or so.
I think I can make this statement definitively. I think we can all agree. Hey, everybody who's listening, 1984 is not a guidebook. It's a warning.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
It's a
warning. No, man. Now, Wayne, I think the problem is that I think I've mentioned this on someone shared Chuck Wendig's like top 10 tips for writers or something like, and number 4 was that don't be an asshole to your fans. And and I think I mentioned in the tweet that the problem is that for these kinds of peoples that they don't view what they do as being an asshole. They think that they're being like fighting against the patriarchy or whatever the hell kind of buzzword they want to add in there. And to them they're being righteous. It's so there's no self-reflection. There's no sense of wanting to be better, because in their mind they're already good people. We're the bad ones. We're evil.
Yeah, and it's absurd. Yeah, that's self-delusion, man. Dangerous self-delusion.
I think that's the problem right there, and why there's no irony when they do stuff like this.
Right.
No. That's I'd say it's the shame and the beauty of it. It's shameful because they should realize it, but it's also beautiful because they make themselves look like idiots doing so.
Right.
And I know at least 2 of us in here to appreciate a good dunk. And
good sir, what are you trying to imply?
I'm just saying.
After a while, though, it feels like you're messing with mentally handicapped children, and that's can be fun for a little bit. I mean, I do it all the time. Like, that's my Saturday right there. But
that's my Saturday.
No, I'm talking about going down to the local. No, but.
Daryl is a good person, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't actually do things like that.
I don't want people to know that, though. Even though it's like if they think I'm an asshole, then I have no expectations whatsoever to live up to.
Good point. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Excellent point.
Okay.
Yeah. Gosh.
It's like I told somebody earlier when I called Robin a chocolate starfish. Sometimes I take the joke, even if it makes no sense.
As one does.
It's like,
and I'm not even going to explain any of that what I just said. So
it's just sitting there, so I'm going to take it, right?
Yeah. Well, no. Somebody posted a picture of a little starro in a jar. I guess it's called Jarro.
Jarro.
And I was like, yeah.
What?
And then this dude was like, "Oh, I like that Batman's little buddy." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess it's better than the chocolate starfish he hangs out with normally." And I said, what I'm saying is Robin's an asshole. And then the guy was like, nope. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, no.
See, I don't even think Robin's an asshole. I just thought it was a funny joke that made no sense.
I guess you could also imply that Batman is,
tapping that chocolate starfish.
I was going to go there.
Well, now we're going to get fucking taken off YouTube. Way to go, lads.
Yeah, here we go. Well, if he didn't get taken off last night, we're never getting taken.
Look, man, we didn't even say anything that bad last night.
No, it was just Piper having a tism about
My God. I mean, Piper always has a fucking tism.
That's true. Yeah. But she had a rough day that day, so,
Yeah, she did.
When Twitter gulags you for no reason, then, it's like... Huh?
No. Continue. Go on.
Well, I know you probably saw that she got gulagged for using the quote just pretending to be retarded, and they said that was violence towards the person that they were quote tweeting.
Man, at least when I get gulagged, it's for a good fucking reason.
I mean, it's like you bear mace the fuck out of them when.
I can't help it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had that same feeling. I said I have to rein it in because I think the difference between me and you is I have a little bit more, I guess you could say, self-control, where I don't go with my first instinct to just bury them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That makes me say you're just a fucking pussy, but that's just me.
Well, yeah. Maybe. I've also only been like timed out once, so.
Well, that's the funny thing is earlier today, I was just browsing Twitter and I got my account put into a limited state, and I was like, "What did I even do? I didn't say anything."
You remind George. You remind me of this guy I went to high school with, right?
Oh yeah.
I think his name was Fred, and he was always getting in trouble. He always had to go to. He was always getting called to the office and something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one time he was just like, in class, everything was cool, and all of a sudden, the speaker came on and it said, Mr. So-and-so, can you send Fred down to the office? And Fred said, Lord have mercy, what did I do this time?
That's fucking great.
Yeah, he gets so bad, you get to the point, it's like, man, I didn't even know what I did.
There's always that one guy. That one guy.
Yeah. It was fun. It was sad because he was funny, and stuff like that. But he was always getting in trouble, and I think he eventually they just expelled him from school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Jeez, man.
Skip frames protected, 17%, 18 minutes ago. Oh Lord, my 480p stream is getting dropping frames on the still image.
This fucking boomer internet. Holy shit.
Well, man, I live in the country, unfortunately, and I have great download, but the upload is just, it's whatever. 1.5, right. I think, is my upload.
I wanted to ask you guys something.
Sure.
Yeah, by all means.
There's been, this is a change of topic, if you don't mind.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. There's been a lot of speculation as to what the next Avengers movie is going to be titled, with a lot of people thinking it's going to be called Annihilation. What is your take on that? Do you guys have any idea what you think it might be called and what you would want to see it called? And because I was thinking Aftermath.
At this point, I would like it to be called The End, and they never make another Marvel movie.
Well, that
ain't gonna fucking happen.
Excuse me. Jesus Christ.
And you got a mute button there, buddy.
I didn't get to it in time.
Like,
But no, I'm just puking thinking of fucking Captain Marvel. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Nice. You're not alone.
But no, I'm kind of with you. At this point, I'm satisfied. You know what I mean?
I can see doing one more. If it was me, if I was directing this whole thing, okay, there would be one more movie, right? And that would be the follow-up.
Yeah,
they're going on. How they always did that. It's like, okay, I'm going to go do my own adventures now. And they just go off, and then you'll have a new team of Avengers because Cap wasn't always with the Avengers, and neither was Thor, and neither was Iron Man. So it would just be a new cast. And that would be kind of that would be the new Phase 5. So
I don't know I don't know what the new title's going to be, but I bet there's going to be the word "new" in it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be the word "new" in there.
The new Avengers. Fucking why not?
Avengers. A new way to grab your cash.
Yeah. Avengers Second Genesis. I'm liking
Avengers John 3:16.
I'm liking Mr. Darkman McEdgeface. He's you need. I hope you're a regular viewer because we're going to read your chats a lot. Avengers, your title here. It's like you sitting there in Photoshop
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. What do you think?
Avengers.
Oh God, what if they did Avengers Disassembled?
No, it's Avengers.
Oh shit!
Avengers, we lost the footage.
We lost the.
God damn.
Oh god, and it's just it's remade by like Korean animators.
Yeah, or no, worse. It's one of those fucking what did they call that in Be Kind Rewind? Yeah, they had a name for the the movies they were making, and oh god, I forgot what it was. Assembly Required.
Yeah, that's a good one. Avengers Assembly Required.
but no, it's a Sweden movie where they just fucking film it in a garage somewhere and like. Yeah,
and they don't use real makeup. They just paint a guy purple. Like that's Thanos.
Yeah, exactly. And they have one of those Infinity Gauntlet toy hands that you can buy, and the Hulk is just some guy painted green wearing Hulk hands.
What would happen? Okay, think about this. What if you know how they they always the principal photography and stuff like that, right? And then they edit on top of that. What would happen if like somebody they gave the principal photography, they handed it off to somebody and somebody like lost it?
Dude,
I think that has happened before. I think.
Yeah, I know it's happened in other movies. But can you imagine, like, on a movie the scale of Avengers?
Oh, dude, it almost happened on Toy Story 2.
For real?
Yeah. They lost all their footage, and luckily one of the animators had taken her work home and had, like, a backup.
Wow.
Yeah, they were able to salvage the movie from that. But, yeah, Toy Story 2 almost didn't happen. Because, or it was either going to be delayed or canceled because some idiot on the server side or some guy was typing at his console and just fucking deleted everything. And when he realized what was happening, he called up the server folks and he's like, "Oh shit!" And it just happened that they hadn't done a backup in a couple months because they had been doing like maintenance or something. Or so yeah, that kind of things happen.
Could you imagine?
Avengers, we haven't title because we lost the footage. No.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh! Especially something like that because that's all CG animation and stuff like that. It's a long time to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, what the first Toy Story took like 4 or 5 years, something like that. To
well, so was Avengers though. That's
well, it didn't take that long.
Infinity War was almost completely no,
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just like, oh man, like that long, and then just somebody just like loses it, deletes it. I would, I was just like, what? I'm just gonna blow my brains out. I'm done. Yeah. It's like, oh well, or kill the guy
something
that, yeah. I mean,
also that. Just because it's one of those things that if you lose the principal photography for something that is completely computer animated, not only are you losing that footage, and not only are you losing the time, you also have to take into consideration like the rendering time, like with Monsters Inc. I love that movie, but every time I watch it now, I fucking cry because I built a computer for 3D rendering and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When you try to render fur, even stuff that's not in motion,
mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure you guys know like the fundamentals of 3D rendering, right?
Vaguely to me.
Fuck no.
So you got like simulated light, and it has to bounce off of the object and bounce back, and you have biased and unbiased renderers, and unbiased renderers try to do it as realistically as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you have a creature that has, let's ballpark it, 10,000 hairs for their fur.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have your light source bounce off of 10,000 little objects and bounce back.
Now,
so if you take...
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, this light source, are they God rays or Todd rays?
They actually come from the sky.
Okay. I don't know.
But because that thing is like, every time you add a new object, even if it's something that's fairly low poly, that does dramatically increase your rendering time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, like, I watched a documentary. They were talking about the amount of time it took to render Monsters Inc. They basically had to create like a server farm just to have the power to render those scenes with Sully because of how much fucking fur he had and how they made it move.
Man.
So yeah, like even because Toy Story 2, because you got to remember because that's Pixar, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when Pixar was making those, even though they look dated, now. At the time, that was the fucking cutting edge of 3D technology. So that took a long fucking time to do. If you lost even, let's say it was 20 minutes of film, which is, you know, countless man hours of rendering time, you would kill a motherfucker if that shit got lost forever.
Yeah.
And you probably wouldn't have the time or money to redo all that. Because if that one chick who took her work home hadn't had that stuff backed up on her home PC, you're not just talking about, oh, let's hit the renderer button again. You're saying, hey, let's reconstruct each one of those fucking scenes from scratch.
Right.
Like, sure, they may have had like the models and maybe the lighting, the way they had the light set up for each scene saved as a preset or something like that. But you're still talking about redoing a whole lot of shit. So I would rather staple my dick to a burning log than have to deal with that situation.
Damn. Darkman McEdgeface says, click render, wait 80 hours, remove melted slag that used to be GPU, cry, repeat.
yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Gosh. I mean, that's why you, like, because you told me about your rig, that's why you have, like, dual cards and, you know.
Oh, dude, I used to have 3.
See? Yeah. So you were SLIing 3, well, how many, what cards were they?
I had 2 1070s and a 970, but when my motherboard took a shit, I got a new motherboard and I wasn't paying attention when I got it. It only had enough space for 2, so I just went with the 2 1070s.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like my dream for like rendering and stuff is to get a motherboard that can support up to 4 graphics cards at the same fucking time.
So you're talking about like an owl, like a huge full tower kind of.
Oh, I mean that's what I already have.
Okay, yeah, I figured you have a full tower considering what you told me.
The kind of shit you can stop a robbery with.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. It's like
Wayne, I gotta step out, dude. I'm starting to feel a little.
Yeah, that's fine, dude. All right.
You guys.
Hope you get feeling better.
Yeah, hope
Me
you feel
too.
better. Down some
Thanks,
NyQuil.
guys.
Yeah, we'll see you later, man. You have a good one.
All right, man.
Okay. Bye, Daryl.
I'm trying to leave.
He's boomering it up.
Yeah.
Hit the red button, Daryl. Hit the red button.
All right. Later, guys.
See ya.
Later.
Okay. Bye, Doc.
Oh man, did all that work to get Yor in here, and now he's gone. There's gone.
A fate worse than death.
Yeah, he's like, now you're stuck with you were stuck with a Southerner and a half black guy. How do you feel about that?
I feel great, to be honest.
Told you, Jordan. I told you would love this guy. I told you.
Oh my god, I love this guy.
because at least now I'm not the token minority anymore.
Nice.
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, why am I the token minority? You're a fucking foreigner. This is some bullshit.
Oh god, am I have to do it? Now wait a minute. Wait a minute,
You know, I'm glad I followed Jordan on Twitter because oh god, I'm trying to remember what you wrote on your Twitter profile. I think it was Hitler did nothing wrong, and that was what sold me on.
Well, like, okay, so here's why I did that.
I'm following.
My full fucking bio is slightly degenerate, says fuck a lot, probably has opinions that will greatly upset you. Hitler did nothing wrong.
There it is.
Like that's how I was like, that's the perfect way to end that bio.
Oh yeah.
That what won me over.
I'm glad to know that Hitler won you over. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Oh god. Hey, what's wrong with Daryl? Is he on medication or something?
Yeah, he's feeling a little sick today, so he had to get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's all right though. I mean, he's going to be all right, I should say.
All right.
What probably happened is I gave him my cooties that I had the other day.
Oh, is that what the kids are calling it now?
Yeah.
I got the cooties, man.
You know, I tried looking for this stream on YouTube, but I can't find it. Is it on YouTube, or are you guys streaming this
It's
somewhere
on YouTube.
else?
I just put a link in the chat here.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, I forgot that we're not well known.
Getting logged.
And plus, you can subscribe to to Graded Point 5. I think you already are though.
Yeah, I already am. Yeah.
Just remember to ring the bell. You know, you got to ring the bell, and
What's up with that anyway? It's like
it's really weird because you know I've noticed like, and I think it's just YouTube being. I think the YouTube is actually ran by a bunch of boomers at this point, because I put you know I ring the bell to people I want to listen to, and sometimes it doesn't come up. You know, it doesn't give me a notification, or if it does, it gives it to me like 50 minutes into their stream.
Oh, right.
It's like, oh well, like I go like like you know, let's say Doug Tenaple's having a stream. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go check that out. Check it out. He says, well, that's all for today. I'll see you later. It's like, oh well, okay, yeah.
Well, that was fun.
No, great. Here's here. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the boomer image up again. Yeah, that's
I don't know why. I don't know why YouTube keep doing that. Keep coming out with this weird shit that no one asked for.
Dude, this is like, you know, this is gonna sound weird, but I think Jordan will know what I'm talking about. This is nothing to what YouTube used to be like 10 years ago, when they were changing their layout every fucking month.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing that, but at the very least,
It was
like
stable is hard, you know.
Yeah, it was stable, and like if you subscribe to an account, you got that shit.
Yeah.
Like I've been lucky, and I think part of it comes down to the fact that for my YouTube account, I don't subscribe to a huge amount of people, and the ones I do, I check their actual channels pretty much daily to make sure I'm getting their content. Because like I'm subscribed to Styx Hexenhammer, and he posts like 5 videos a day. So if it's not in my subscription feed, I'm like, well, I'll just check Styx's channel. I know he's uploading today.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of that stuff, like, it doesn't bother me that much. But I haven't had a lot of the issues that people are talking about. Like, I haven't had to do the notification bell thing to get stuff in my subscription feed. But then there'll be times where I'll be looking through, I'll be like, how did I miss this video from like 4 fucking days ago? It's just showing it to me now. I think what the problem might be with YouTube is that they just have so many users that trying to feed out all that information they need to in a efficient manner just isn't working. I don't know exactly what the problem is, but I don't know. The site's been a fucking mess since it started in what, 2005?
I think when is YouTube got launched? I think was it 2005 or was it before?
2005. Yeah.
It was February of 2005. and I don't know. For the longest time, this site has been not complete dog shit, but pretty dog shit. And and in the last like 18 months it's when it's really gone downhill. I don't know. I think when you get to the point where you can't even feed the content that people are subscribed to without them going through like another couple layers, like, here, by the way, hit that notification bell, set up email alerts, and make sure you're subscribed. Also, sacrifice a goat under the first blood moon, and maybe you'll get the fucking content put to your subscription box. But don't fucking count on it, you stupid assholes. Like, when you get to that fucking point, like I don't know, YouTube, maybe it's time to fucking hang some shit up. And for a fucking service that Google owns that has never turned them a profit, and they've owned it for like a decade now, I don't know, that seems like a fucking problem to me.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this ain't the comics industry. You can't be $20 million in debt.
You know.
like how I brought it back, Wayne.
Yeah. Well, at least that one company in comics is 20 million in debt.
Yeah.
Only one?
Well, I'm talking with one particular one we were talking about. We were talking about IDW last night, and
oh,
yeah.
Well, what's wrong? What's wrong with IDW this time?
Well, basically,
they're $20 million in debt.
Yeah, they're carrying $20 million in debt, and their profits for this year are a negative $7 million.
Yeah, it was like 7.4 or something like that.
Yeah, so they lost. So they already lost $7.4 million, and they're carrying $20 million in debt already. So, yeah.
Gee, what the
Well, that's what happens when your company is ran by apparently ran by a, what do we call it? I forgot the word I used last night. Hedge fund.
Oh yeah, hedge fund manager.
It's basically ran by a hedge fund manager instead of a actual person who knows about comic books. Because like the guy who used to own IDW got bought out, and
well, I think about the thing about running a business is that I don't think you necessarily have to be to know about comics book. You just have to have some common sense when it comes to business. Like look at your product and you see how people react to it, and you go, oh, people don't like this. Let's fix this. But the problem is that these people are more concerned with politics and appearing as righteous rather than making money. But what the 20 million is too much, and they still want to say that the industry is fine. What the hell? That's wow. That's what I don't even know how to react to that. What the hell?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you like Marvel released their quarterlies the other day too. I don't know if you heard about that, but what they're saying, oh look, we still made a profit, but when you look at the numbers, they sold less books, but because they had raised the prices of those books, that's how they made a profit this year. And like I said last night to the guys that were here, you can't count on that year to year because you can't get away with keep raising the prices of books. Because remember, I don't know if you remember, Muir, but there's been some books that have come out this year that have been $8.
Oh yeah, I know.
For a single issue. I'm like, And it's like I think Jordan, where you want to say that that's sometimes that's too expensive for a trade.
I mean, look, like, as we've talked about before, Wayne, I'll go on Comixology and get, like, I just bought that Batman White Knight, which let's see, it's like 200 something pages. Bought it for $10.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna buy a single fucking issue for $8. Fuck that.
Yeah. Like, why would you? Right? I mean,
yeah. What? I mean, unless you have more money than sense, or you're trying to make a virtue signaling point.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to word it that way, but that seems to be like the conversations I was having with people today. That seems to indicate where a lot of these people are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
It's less about the quality and it's more about you don't want to spend $5 per issue. Geez, what a fucking poser! I literally got called a poser because I won't pay $5 an issue.
Gosh.
It's ridiculous. But
there are some, and I think we'll agree here. And I'm just talking about on the print side. I mean, digital, I think you should charge less for that anyway because you're not delivering a physical something, right?
Right. You're not giving them any physical media.
Right. But for a digital, like, I think some of the, how Marvel and DC and stuff, they could make some money on their titles that are lesser known, but they want to try to get them out there and give them a chance. Start them off in newsprint.
Right.
I mean, it's working for Alterna.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that guy, he's like, now it used to be, he's like, yeah, the most I used to ever send out was like 5,000 books a month. Now I'm sending out like 25,000 books a month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just from getting support from people who want to support him,
Right.
And so my thinking, because we know newsprint is a lower cost than the premium, and and there's some books I would say, yeah, Batman, Superman thing, yeah, you could leave those like normal because those are your big sellers, stuff like that. But like something like, let's say, I'll use Squirrel Girl for example, even though that art is horrible bad. Just throw it out there and throw out a newsprint version. Okay, it costs $1.50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, somebody might be more willing to pick that up at that price.
Right.
It's like,
probably.
It's like, yeah, you got $10, you walk away with 5 books. It's not a bad deal.
Yeah, not at all.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, especially like parents maybe, like who want to buy something for the little kids, and they'll be like, oh, this one's cheap, buy 5 of this.
Yeah, and here's another thing that I think has been lost and should be brought back. Bring back the grocery store spinner rack.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how when I made that. You remember that video I made, Jordan, about the comic of the week about X-Men number 285, Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
I bought that off a spinner rack.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to a comic book store. It was at a grocery store. My first comic came from a fucking grocery store. That's what got me started. So, when I went back the next month, the new issue came out. Well, the next month, I couldn't find that, next issue because, sometimes they didn't ship those, consistently. That's when I found a comic book shop.
Mm-hmm.
See, that gave me, it gatewayed me to the comic book shop, right?
Yeah.
And plus, with especially with the spinner rack, they're not going to be bagged and boarded. They're not going to be sealed. So somebody could take it out and just kind of peruse it and see I like this. I think this is cool. But yeah, the two things: bring back newsprint, bring back the spinner rack. I have a feeling you would see an uptick in some sales because, like I said, sell a book for $1.50. Hey, in that case, if you sell like 10,000 books in the direct market, it's not bad.
Yeah, definitely not.
And then if you build an audience for that character, and that character becomes what I would like to call a premium character, premium characters, I would say, I think we'd agree, premium characters, Spider-Man, X-Men, Wolverine, those kind of characters. They would still be in your nice, your nice printed covers and things like that, the stuff you would get at a comic book store, right?
Right. Yeah.
But if your initiative is to I want to get America out on newsstands, and by the way, it would definitely need new content because I don't think that's good for younger audiences. But, but if you, like I said, you got to start somewhere because, like I said, back in the 90s, it was still, they were, they at the worst you would have a character say "damn" in hell, Right. At that point, kids had probably heard that in movies. Hell, I heard that in Transformers the movie in '85, and I was like 6.
Yeah.
Because Ultra Magnus said "open, damn it, open," and I was like,
he said what?
He said the D word.
Oh shit.
What's really funny? I got a quick story to tell about that real quick. Like this. Growing up, watch movies and stuff, and I watched some, with my dad and mom. I watched some violent movies, like watch RoboCop and things like that, right? And sometimes would say, I started hearing a lot of them saying, fuck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I understood that was a bad word. I don't know if it's unconsciously or whatever, but I knew it was a bad word. And I was like, because my parents, they weren't like prudes or anything. They would cuss, they got mad about something or whatever. I guess you had to be really mad to use the F word back then. And I said, well, you know what? My parents may cuss, but I've never heard them say the F word, thinking to myself, and I'm like, 10, right? Mm-hmm. And then like we had some roofing done. Like somebody, we had some people replace our roof, and they messed up on one part of the roof. And my mom and dad were looking at it, and I hear my mom say, "You see this? They fucked it up." Like, well, I guess I'm not innocent anymore.
Excuse me, guys. I have to answer the phone.
Absolutely. Like the ringtone.
Hello?
He's like, yeah, I'm on a stream. What are you doing?
Oh, I did have a question for you, Wayne. I'm not sure if you know this offhand or not. Sure. Do you know if Flying Sparks, if they're using that's Dark Legion Comics, do you know if they do newsprint, or is this the higher quality paper? Because feeling it doesn't feel, it's not like the glossy stuff you'll get in like a modern like Marvel comic.
Mm-hmm. It probably a step between the two, I'm guessing.
Right. Which, I mean, isn't a bad thing, because I think I got this, which is it's like an 80-page thing. I think including the shipping for it, I paid like maybe $20.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with them. I mean, that was with, you know, the creators having to print it themselves and ship it out and pay for the shipping themselves, you know?
Yeah.
You know, if I were to get this in a fucking store, it probably would be like maybe 10, which I'm all for people saving money. Cause I honestly think that's going to be the biggest thing that will make or break the industry moving forward is they need to do like what Marvel and DC are doing right now. It's like the AAA video game effect.
Yeah.
Where they have this set price, and instead of, you know, they don't have no fucking DLC or anything like that to kind of bolster that price. They're just going to increase the cover price.
Right.
But if you get, you know, like the more independent scene when it comes to comics, if they can keep stuff pretty low, like I'm not saying don't undercut yourself, make it so you're still making a profit, but you probably don't need to sell these things for $4 a pop.
Right.
And you know, I don't know. I feel like that will allow them to carve out more and more of the niche. Because from what I've seen, and maybe this is just me being the fucking hipster douchebag that I am, I like the indie stuff a lot more than I do mainstream Marvel or DC.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah.
And I don't know. I just feel like if they can just focus on making good stories, I don't care really what the content is too much. The subject material doesn't matter so long as it's of decent quality.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest issue that I've noticed with modern day Marvel and DC. You'll get a couple of books, a couple of runs that are pretty good stuff, but it's lost in this cascading sea of bullshit that nobody wants to fucking buy.
Right. Yeah, that's and we already know, like you said, we talked about the other night. We know Marvel overships. And we already know that, and we already know that they're how they're fudging their trade paperback numbers and things like that. But then they're like you said, oversaturating the market too. If it was me and I was running these companies, I said, all right, here's what we're going to do. You remember when DC, we talked about this before on podcasts when DC did New 52 and they released 52 new books.
Yeah,
I would have said that's bullshit. We're releasing 10.
Right.
We're going to release 10, and we're going to focus on those stories. And then it would have been like, you know what? In a year, we'll add 10 more. But right now, we're sticking with these 10. We're sticking with fucking Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Green Lantern, Flash. It's really bad, and I can't even think of 10 fucking books that they could put out. Because I just named 5. Or 6. You know what I mean? It's like...
Right.
But anyway,
I mean, they could always. I feel like they could always put out like an Aquaman.
Oh yeah, an Aquaman. Yeah, it would have to be. Get a good writer on there. Make him like Aquaman from Justice League TV show. That would be fine. But yeah, that was the key. That's the big key is to push. Push that stuff like that. Don't oversaturate the market. Marvel has too much shit out there, and I'm meaning that as in shit.
Shit as in lacking quality.
Right. Shit as in this is horribad. Pare that shit down. I don't need a solo Iceman book. I don't care if he's gay. Iceman does not need a fucking solo book. The Unstoppable Wasp. By the way, what the fuck? Does she need a solo? No. Does America? No. Put them in a fucking team book.
Right.
Get them on a team. That's all you got to do, but it's okay. Like, how do you step, like, okay, look at, we were talking about Bishop the other day. Have you seen the new Bishop?
Who, me?
No, I have not.
Either one of you. Yeah, oh, God. I'm going to find it.
Yeah, the one with the weird looking...
with the bike lock as a fucking gun? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm going to pull that up real quick. But, yeah, while we're talking. But, Bishop started out on the X-Men.
Yes.
He didn't have a solo. He's like, here's Bishop, new character. Like, no. Bishop started off in the X books. He got established there. And they eventually gave him a mini series, right? It's like, here's a 4-issue mini for Bishop. And then he eventually got an ongoing series.
Right.
As you do. Then.
Yeah.
Now, or if anybody's looking at the stream, I just, it'll be up there in a second. I don't know if Jordan has seen this or not.
I'm about to see some fucking tomfoolery, aren't I?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna love it.
What the fuck am I looking at?
That's Bishop. That's Bishop, man. Come on.
Well, okay. What?
Have you noticed
the barber?
Say what now?
Yeah, he looks like someone who works in a bar, in a barbershop.
In a barbershop? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a barber to me.
I think the first thing I would say, Jordan, I think we'd both agree, where are Bishop's gains?
Yeah. Like he just looks like nondescript black guy.
Yeah. Like, Bishop has no gains. He's not, ripped out of his gourd like he used to be,
Like, I mean, I'm gonna put it this way: if you didn't tell me that was Bishop, I would not believe you.
And especially him saying this is Bishop of the X-Men.
Yeah.
No, and by the way, do you notice the gun here?
Yeah, that gun looks a little bit fucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to show you why, because you won't see
this. Where's that gun pointing, actually? I'm trying to figure it out.
I know, it's kind of pointing in a direction.
It's vaguely pointing at some shit.
Yeah, yeah. You'll see it in a second. Don't you think it kind of looks like that? I'm just ruining everything for you, right? Like
you fucking see this shit right here is why I don't buy comics anymore.
Got him.
Because I'm looking at what Bishop used to look like, because I had to remind myself.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Oh fuck it, we'll do it live. Hold on a second, Bishop.
Yeah, I was gonna say looks like I don't know that version again. It just looks like nondescript black guy. There's nothing about that ain't Bishop.
See, I just brought up a Bishop. This is what I remember from, and this is Joe Jusko, so this is from the '90s. So this is from when I was growing up. This is Bishop. This is Bishop.
This, that is fucking Bishop.
That's Bishop. Look
at that nigga's fucking luxurious mane of hair. Look at that shit.
Yeah,
fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like I said, they built him up in X-Men.
Yeah,
they made him a badass.
They did. He was a fantastic character.
Yeah, he had a built-in fucking a rivalry with Gambit. Remember that shit? Because he knew Gambit betrayed the fucking Murlocs and shit that nobody else knew about, and they didn't touch on that shit until 5 years later. That's how you plot fucking storytelling.
Well, see, I mean, that's one of the big problems with the modern comic scene.
Yeah,
these motherfuckers do not want to plan anything out, and it's.
I wanted to make a comment because you made a good point. Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, back then, writers, of course, you wanted to tell your own story, right? And that's fine. But the previous writer was like, okay, here's where we're heading. Here's where we were heading with this thing. And, the writer would say either, okay, I'm going to carry that on, but tell my story, but carry it to that same point, or I'm just going to kind of table that for right now, but we're going to still hint around to it.
Right
now, every time a new person comes out, it's a brand new story. It's like, why? I said, why they have to have new fucking number ones? It might as well be a new fucking comic book. These are brand new fucking characters because you're gonna get a new fucking story. The only thing that's the same would be the stuff from the past, because they could be a plot thread that they were heading towards. Oh shit, Magneto's about to destroy New York. What are we gonna do? What's gonna happen in the next issue? The X-Men are chilling at the beach. Because the new writer came in and he's like, I just want to change all that,
Hey man, I just want to do something my way. It's fine. It's no big deal.
It's like, well, what happened? What happened in New York? Well, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
New York's
but nothing. Shut up.
I think it's also because a lot of these new writers don't even read the comics that they have to write. So I think they honestly have no idea what is actually going on. So they just write their own shit.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair.
I think remember we were talking about that last night. We were talking about it Monday night, but we touched on it again last night. when Christopher Priest said when he found out when that Marvel and DC they don't hire writers, they cast writers.
Right. Yeah.
So are we to assume that whoever's writing Bishop now looks like Bishop? Because that would explain a lot, because that doesn't fucking look like Bishop. You know?
I'd be willing to bet that's exactly what the fuck they did.
Oh, by the way, do you like the fact, I'll go back to this original Bishop, don't you like that he's actually carrying a gun?
Like an actual gun that looks like a gun?
Yeah, except for, you know, and then we got this, like, whatever he's, and what's really funny, okay, Mior, you're an artist. What's going on with the hands?
I don't. Why? I don't even know what they're doing here. It's like, what is going on?
It looks like to me, okay, tell me if I'm wrong. It looks like to me they originally were going to put the, facing. So that would be his right hand.
I can see his finger there.
Yeah, it looks like originally the right arm was supposed to be the overlapping hand.
Yeah, I can see that.
And you see that line right in there?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was originally going to be that hand overlapping it, but then he changed his mind and went back here, and then didn't know how to know how to make. What is with the gut? What?
What? Just look. I know we made the joke before. But why is he holding a door lock?
That's exactly. It looks like a door lock.
It does.
It looks like if you change this, the word bubble here. It said, "This is just the Bishop of the X-Men." It would say, it's Bishop here to install that door lock for you." That would make a whole lot more sense, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it would.
Well, actually, I'm not even calling Bishop. Hey, this is Jamal. I'm here to.
Wow, that way to be racist, Jesus.
Well, I figured Jamal Igle might want to come in.
Yeah. I mean, really, what is even going on? I think the first mistake the artist, the whoever the hell that penciled this made was not defining the weapon well.
Right.
I mean the direction and the perspective of the weapon. I mean, where is it even pointing? It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Right.
It's one of those advanced sideways guns. It shoots to your direct right.
It's got smart bullets in it that'll just fire in a direction.
Oh shit! Is this the Marvel tie-in for Titanfall 2?
That would be great.
I wouldn't be surprised. And also another thing that every time I see writers or artists do something like this is Bishop of the X-Men, to me it's lazy. It's like you saying that you're not confident in your own ability to illustrate the situation, so you have to point it out. It's like, you know how some artists do that sometimes, like they add the word confused. Like what you can't draw someone being confused. You have to write it up there on their head that they're confused.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And to me this is lazy.
I'll put it this way. Jordan, you live in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
I live in the South. I'll just leave it at that. I think we know enough to say when somebody has a gun and says, "You could chop this whole thing. This is Bishop. Put your hand." You could just put your hands up.
Yeah.
You don't need the precursor.
That is such a phenomenal fucking bit of text, though.
Yeah.
This is Bishop of the X-Men. Put your hands up. Who the fuck wrote this fucking tripe?
And
what happened to reasonable dialogue in fucking comic books, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Even cops would just go, "Please stop." That's it. Or "Please freeze." That's it. They don't go, "This is Officer Jason of the NYPD.
This is Officer Jamal.
It's Officer Jamal of the X-Men. Put your hands up."
Okay, Wayne, can I go on my Riri Williams rant real quick?
You absolutely can. Let's do it.
Okay. So here's the thing, and
while you do that, I'll bring up pictures of Riri Williams.
Okay, as a half black person, Riri Williams has to be one of the most fucking offensive stereotypes of black people I've ever fucking heard. Now keep in mind, this is a young black woman who gets herself an Iron Man suit Not because she's so fucking vastly intelligent that she could just build one herself after seeing what Tony Stark fucking rig is. Mm-hmm. This bitch fucking steals the white man's shit.
I made that point just the other night.
Like, and here's the thing. Like, and I've talked about this, I think, on at least one podcast episode. I've talked about this with like a bunch of people. How I would have wrote Riri Williams as a character would be you do the Robin treatment to her. Mm-hmm. You make her the apprentice of Iron Man. And then eventually, after like a couple years of her doing, and first and foremost, she would not be called Ironheart. She'd be called fucking Iron Maiden, because that shit would be fucking metal as shit.
Yeah.
That's beside the point. Mm-hmm. You have her for a couple of years working under Tony Stark. Then you kill off Tony Stark. You give her the mantle. It would be a great way to pass off the mantle, because let's say you want to retire Tony Stark as a character for a bit before you resurrect him during some event or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to kill him straight up. Just make him a cripple or something where he can't.
Yeah, just do something with him. Yeah. Like, or maybe, you know, do what they're kind of do with the movies where, you know, Pepper's like, Tony, quit fucking Iron Man, and he's like, goddamn ball and chain, fuck, fine. Do something. You can contrive some way to get rid of him. And then you have this character who people have gotten used to, gotten into their heads, okay, this is Tony Stark's sidekick. And then she becomes a hero in her own right. Mm-hmm. The problem is these people didn't want to give her the time to fucking breathe. And they just like, oh, she's black, she's female, she's Iron Man, deal with it, bigots, harumph. And it makes... Really? It makes that even people like me who want to like this fucking character, because I do like seeing more and more black heroes coming out. I like Miles Morales as a character, not because he's black, but hey, him being black doesn't fucking hurt things. Mm-hmm. But when you write characters like this, it makes me go, no, fuck it. I want every character to be a white dude now, because fuck you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not going to represent these people as people, if you're going to treat them as if they're just another fucking tech, you know, just you're checking off boxes. Is she a woman? Yes. Is she black? Yes. Okay, fantastic. We got our fucking diversity quota for this character, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fucking ship that shit. It'll be fucking great. Like that's why I enjoy the comic Motor Crush. Like, yeah, you have a black female as your main character. You know how often that fucking comes into play? Literally 0 times. The only reason you know that she's a black female is because, you know, you can see the melanin in her fucking skin and mm-hmm. she has a vaguely feminine shape.
You know, when I was developing my characters for one of my stories that got destroyed with the hard drive that I had it backed up on, I had a character that was I forgot. Yeah, it was going to end up being a either Asian or half Asian, half black character. Okay, I think it was half Asian, half black, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was going to be the smart one. You know, she was like the scientist of the group, right?
Right.
And it wasn't that the thing that I always said. It wasn't that she, you know, it wasn't she was given respect. She demanded it. Right.
Right.
You don't need like if you're confident. If you build a confident character, you don't need to like check box. Like, and then, like I said, it wasn't nothing about when I made the character. I said I just wanted to make it up, a half Asian, half black, because that happens a lot in that community. You know, there's all, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? It's just
yeah.
The whole point was she's smart, she's driven, she was, she was like logistics for the team. The team couldn't function without her, essentially, right? Like when shit went down, like, one of the arcs was when shit went down, she was going to be the one basically breaking the team out. Because everybody overlooked her because she's just the smart one. She don't have powers. You know what I mean?
Right.
She don't have powers. But she's a fucking genius, right?
So Wayne, are you trying to tell me that you actually had a bit of depth and complexity when you were developing a character?
I know, right?
Fuck it. Fucking unheard of.
And you see, that's why you're not writing for Marvel.
Oh yeah. I can never write for Marvel.
Going back to what Jordan said just now, I think it's because these people are just too lazy. Because if you want to create a character that's iconic, that people will like, it takes time and effort to do that, and that people are not going to recognize, they're not going to remember these characters straight away. It's going to take time. It takes years to build up that confidence, that recognizability, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And I think these people are just lazy. They are like children. It's like I want it now kind of attitude.
Right.
And and it shows. It really shows in how they
definitely
the characters.
Well, look at one character I always liked from DC was Power Girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for obvious reasons.
He means her titties.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. She's got that boob window. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. But no, but one of the thing I liked about her, she showed up in teen books. She was in like JSA, she would pop in on Superman books, things like that. It took a long, and this character's been around since the fucking 60s.
Yeah, she's been around for a while.
Yeah. It took until I think it was 2006 for her finally to get a solo book.
Mm-hmm.
But that was she already had that storyline built in. She had all that backstory, all that stuff she could tap in. She was a 3-dimensional character,
Right.
She wasn't just Supergirl without the S on her chest,
Right. I think the problem for a lot of these people is, and it goes a lot to do with their politics.
Mm-hmm.
They are people who don't understand that to fundamentally change the way that people view certain demographics of people, it takes time. We are a very much more progressive country than we were 50 years ago. But for some people, that's still not enough. They want us to be a certain way, and it's a slow moving process. They want it to be a very quick moving process.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that definitely informs the way that a lot of these people write. It's why you see certain things that maybe are more traditional that they don't care for. They have to vilify it and demonize it and make it seem like there's some Stone Age concept.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only way for them to be like, here's why this new shit that I want, this progressive agenda I have, is something that needs to be more important. I'm going to make it as absurd and aggressive and obnoxious in the comic book in order to make that potentially bleed into real life. And that's the main reason why I think a lot of people are not really buying into this new stuff being made. Like that whole thing with Mockingbird a couple years ago, ask me about my feminist agenda. Fucking cringy as.
And don't forget that the book was just her being a fucking tryhard.
Yeah, it really was. There was nothing good about that fucking that run was terrible.
And what's really pisses me off is because I remember Mockingbird from the 90s and 2000s. She was just okay. The character was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. That by itself is not an easy thing to do.
Right.
That means that's at the point where Nick Fury looks at you and said, "You'll do."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like literally like the power of God has just touched you.
Right.
In the Marvel universe, So she was, it's not like, that whole, showing her growing up. It's like, I was trying to do this and trying to do this and get superpowers and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And, nobody respected me and stuff. I was like, bitch, Nick Fury picked you.
Yeah. I mean, fucking Nick Fury is like, all right, okay, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
You're doing something.
Yeah. You're doing something right. If Nick Fury says, all right. Okay, and then and on top of that, you become a superhero? Hey, aces. Why was all that shit necessary? I can see, if you're doing a backstory and say, yeah, when I grew up, I wanted to work for the government. I wanted to be an FBI agent. Blah, 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 and I had to work hard and stuff like that. Because, and you could say something like, they didn't really take women seriously when I was younger, but, I was going to prove them wrong kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with stuff like that. And it said, then she could say, and then one day I found out there was more than the FBI, and it shows her meeting with Nick Fury.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would have been like, you know, where I would have done what I've done would have done with it. And then she says, you know, I joined S.H.I.E.L.D. and says, you know, it was like, and because S.H.I.E.L.D. is the way it is, she could say it was the first time I felt like an equal, you know?
Right.
Because there's a lot, you know, and we've known S.H.I.E.L.D. for a long time. It's always been like a mixed bag. It's always been men and women, you know, different races and everything coming together to basically make sure the world doesn't fall to shit, you know?
Yeah.
Because guess what? When it comes to the world falling to shit, all this political bullshit don't matter.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You got a good message.
yeah. So you know that would have been my message. Is like I have more. You know, I think that should be the message in most superhero books. I have more important things to worry about than who is the president of the United States. I'm worried about what that ideal is. You know, I have to. You know, and I guess you could say like a Captain America type. Because Captain America, people forget, he gave up being Captain America because he says, I'm not following those orders.
Right.
He said, that's not the Wayne, America I believe in, you know?
But Wayne, Cheeto Hitler, though.
Oh, yeah, Cheeto.
Cheeto Hitler, though.
Yeah, but...
you can't...
Wait. Are you saying that Donald Trump is Cheeto Hitler? Is that what you're saying?
You know, I was trying to be very subtle about it.
No, I'm not. Just say yes because I'm going somewhere with
it. Yeah.
Well, he will never recover. It is truly over for him. He should resign immediately.
He's fucked.
Yeah, he should be impeached. Cheeto Hitler. But I don't know if you see the art. I'm showing the two different Iron Man, Invincible Iron Man #1s that were solicited. On
yeah.
And
I remember how that second one got a lot of shit because they made her lighter skinned.
Oh yeah, because J. Scott Campbell did the art for which. There's not much difference between these two.
No, I mean, well, see the thing that I thought was funny about that is, and you see this a lot from the progressive types. Mm-hmm. If they are not fucking Kunta Kinte black, mm-hmm. It's like that whitewashing. Mm-hmm. Like that bitch still blacker than I am. Shit.
What's funny is that this J. Scott Campbell. That's how she's drawn. That's how she's colored in the regular book.
Yeah.
You know, I prefer the J. Scott Campbell cover personally because I like J. Scott Campbell. That's just me. Yeah. This is not bad though. On the other side, I'm not saying it's bad. You know, I'm just saying what I prefer.
It's just a different. Well, because the thing that I would say is the J. Scott Campbell one it feels more comic book.
Right. That's a good.
The one on the left kind of reminds me of like a fucking poster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if they were doing a live action sort of adaptation of what this character is supposed to be.
This is your mock-up for that poster kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. The J. Scott Campbell one is better for a cover of a comic book. Mm-hmm. They're both good. They're just very different in.
Yeah, they're good in different ways. Like this is one time I wouldn't knock the art too much because they're good. It's just like I prefer this one to this one. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but guys, have you guys ever noticed the position of the Iron Man helmet? Isn't that a bit suspect? You think?
Oh, putting it near the.
No, oh God, you guys know Black.com, right?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
No.
What? And you know the black guy like to put the girl's head right there.
Oh God.
You guys never noticed that before?
I need some context. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Wait a minute, you don't know what Blacked.com is?
Blacked.com. You know Blacked.com, Jordan?
Blacked.com?
Yeah, don't look it up. Don't look it up. Well,
why?
If you can. You're not on stream.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, shit.
What? None of you noticed that before?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That is fucking amazing.
Now you'll never unsee it.
I think that's the first time I've heard Jordan just be actually speechless.
I'm just like, this is fucking amazing.
I don't know if it's on purpose. I don't think it.
These are some of the most luxurious prisons I've ever seen in my life.
I'm gonna go back and clip this part and just say Jordan discovers Black.com.
Dude, it's black. It's the Black Friday sale. Only $9.95. Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna just FYI, you can get most of that free on Pornhub.
Oh, believe me, I know.
Dude, Black.com have an official account on Pornhub. Don't ask me how I know that. I just know.
Oh yeah, you live in a country. You live in a country that actually gets you like beheaded for that, right? So, yeah. Oh gosh, let me see if I can find some more Riri artwork. Yeah, okay. There's a good example of like what. Need full screen this. It'll come up in a second on the stream. It's like, what? Can I do my Vegeta here, Jordan?
But I mean, nigga, it's your stream. You do what you want.
But I'd like to ask permission. How did they do this?
Well, see, the funny thing about that is, so I mean, I see the word bubble says 50. Is she supposed to be a 15-year-old kid?
Yeah, because she's like young.
Yeah, like, okay, why the fuck in the covers and stuff does she look like she's, in her like early to mid 20s?
Yeah, because the thing is, like, she was like smart and she got into MIT early and stuff like that.
Right.
And like here's a group shot of like some of these characters that look nothing like they do on this poster, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is going on? Because I understand that this is Riri's first Iron Man suit. That was the first one she made.
Right.
It's very reminiscent of, I guess they were trying to invoke that, Mach 1 style,
Is that Riri?
That's Riri. But what's going on with the head?
Wait, hold on. Why is her Iron Man helmet? Why does that look like some fucking Transformer shit?
Doesn't it look like Optimus Prime? It does.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That's fucking Optimus Prime.
It looks like got the well. I think that's her pistons. That's next to it, so it's not an antenna. But yeah, that look does look like Optimus Prime. Yeah, sure does. And you notice over here, Squirrel Girl looks nothing like Squirrel Girl that they've been putting out for the last few years.
Or fucking Gwenpool.
Or America. Like
I would just get ignored that America's in this image.
I'll be honest, if these characters look like that, I'd be more interested. I'm just saying they are well drawn at the very least. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah, it's very dynamic in the way that, I mean, some of these poses are pretty bad though, like the Gwenpool, the Squirrel Girl one. I'm just like, who did this? Why you do this?
Why does Squirrel Girl look like she's just like blowing out a massive fart?
Oi, cunt! You ready to go?
Yeah.
This is this is what happens when they draw these characters individually and then just paste them and then just copy and paste the characters together.
Yeah,
you shouldn't do that. You should always kind of like imagine the characters all together and then draw it. You can draw it on different layers and all that, but always imagine them together. Otherwise, you get shit like this. That just like Marvel blocking Doctor Strange there, for example.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Well, it's funny because I'm looking at these and like the three characters I think are drawn the best are the ones that are in the fucking background. Like Miles Morales, Doctor Strange, and Hulk are all like, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fucking good. Mm-hmm. And of course, they're like relegated to the very back of the image. Whoops, sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they are.
That's the Amadeus Chow Hulk too, which is kind of funny.
Yeah,
but yeah, like I said, it does. But like you said, it doesn't look natural.
No.
Because if it was me, if I was like, and I'm not an artist, that'd be more, Mior's, like Riri's character. Like, first, I don't know what's going on with his head.
It's real weird.
I'd be doing something about that. But the biggest thing is like I would have her kneeling.
Yeah.
In the front and be kneeling. Because she's in the front, but she's also the tallest in this regard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it would be better for her to kneel is to not It's like why is Hawkeye? You know, why is Kate Bishop Hawkeye? Why is she like kneeling? What?
Wait a minute.
You know?
Wait a minute. I think Riri was originally supposed to be in the back, but I think someone realized halfway through that you're putting the black girl in the back, and they moved her.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, if you look at the way they draw the lake here, it's like, I think you're not supposed to see the lakes here.
Yeah.
Looking at it, it could be.
Because
That
they do
could
look
be
kind
it.
of like a mess. See, there's like this little hanging off part on the legs in the front and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think she wasn't intended to
shit.
be in the back. I think she was supposed to be behind Hulk.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Where all the blacks truly belong.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
no.
That's
no,
right.
he went there. Now, see, I don't know who mocked this up, you know, with these actresses and stuff. That looks pretty good. I don't know. We'll see in a second. Like I said, I'm not going to full screen everything. Just, unless there's porn, then I'll have to get rid of it immediately. Like, this will be like that movie poster type you're talking about, you know? Like, yeah. Like, that image up here, like this one that we were talking about, you know, with the holographic Tony Stark behind.
Yeah.
See, take that, you know, maybe reverse their, you know, where they are on the picture, put Stark behind Riri. That would make sense. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, God, we got a dialogue boss here. Because I wanted to get some of this thing where she's just being a psychopath. You know? Because I remember, you know, Zach pointed out a lot. He said, this girl is a psychopath.
Yeah, I remember that video.
I don't know if you've seen her new outfit, Jordan, but here it is. Oh man, that's a small one. Let's see if I can find a better one.
Why does she like she looks like she belongs in like the Boondocks?
Doesn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, like
she's like a friend of Huey and Riley that, you know.
Yeah, she's a really smart friend of Huey and Riley.
Yeah. Okay,
She builds a fucking Iron Man suit because Riley thinks it'd be cool to fucking dunk on, you know, stupid assholes at school.
And then Huey the whole time's like, this ain't a good idea. Huey, you always trying to make us not have no fun.
Damn, nigga, you gay. Okay, like what you got on screen right now, Wayne, that just looks like it came out of fucking Ben 10.
Yeah, but that's the new Ironheart armor.
Why?
The new suit.
Can somebody? Okay, can either one of y'all niggas explain to me why the fuck is are parts of that suit fucking form fitting? Last time I checked, a powered exoskeleton. That it ain't a fucking plug suit. This ain't Aiden Kelly.
It would look more like armor, for one thing.
Yeah.
I would have kept the silk, the gold, and the black, but I'd have made the pink red because I think making it pink is just asinine. Yeah, because really she's still an inspired character from Iron Man, you know.
But Wayne, she's a girl. Got to remember that she's a girl.
I thought the whole point was like girls could do what boys do, and we don't need to have like, you know, separate, you know, things to differentiate boys from girls. But at the same time, we have to, right? Right?
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. Look, you don't think about it too hard.
Don't question it. Right?
Don't question it. Don't question it, bigot. Just fucking buy the books. buy these $4 a pop books, and if you don't, then you hate black people or something. I don't fucking know.
Yes, sir. I kind of like this. Yeah, you'll see in a second. I like this image. It says Riri Williams is not Iron Man. It is doing the Thanos disappear.
Fantastic. I fucking love it.
Mm-hmm. It's time for you to go. But yeah, that's, you know, she's just a, you know, I don't know. You know,
that like everything about that character fucking pisses me off.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can find. Here's one of since I'm putting up art here, I had pulled up some artist sketches, and one of them was yours. So,
God.
I think you got a finished version of this, but you know, I was just showing this one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
Oh shit! Oh god!
He's like, oh, on the spot. Here we go.
What is that? What is that? Oh my god!
I remember when you drew this. When you were drawing this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you were there.
Yeah, tell us about this. Tell us about what's going on here, if you can.
Oh yeah, actually, this is the main character from my webcomic, the Broken and the Damned, and the basic premise of the story is that imagine if the creature from the Thing, you know the Thing, the tentacle monster, the one that can change shape and look like human and all that shit. Imagine if that creature is the hero, and that's pretty much the premise of my webcomic, really. Where
I'm actually checking out your webcomic right now. I only have one criticism.
Yeah,
nigga, you a weeb as fuck.
Yeah.
Look. This I was because I look at that and I'm like, okay, that's an interesting style. I look at this, I'm like, man, is this? Did I get launched back in 2001? Is this a Mega Tokyo shit?
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's not. I'm kidding. It's not that bad. But it's like I was not expecting all the like the anime influence stuff. It's still very good stuff. Like it's very competently drawn. Everything is structured properly. Like it's better than about 90% of webcomics you're gonna find out there. I was just very thrown off by the fucking anime shit. I was not prepared. Is all I'm saying.
You weren't ready. Yeah,
I was not.
Yeah. I think part of the reason is that anime and manga are more readily available here in Malaysia as opposed to American comics, because for us it's a lot cheaper to buy manga than it is to buy American comics. Like I think the average American comics can go up to 12 ringgit here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's on the cheap end of things. Like,
right.
Yeah, like sometimes some of your comics that we get here can go upward to 50, 60 ringgit. So if you guys are complaining about comic prices there, can you imagine how we feel when we buy it and it's crap? So yeah, so that's why anime and manga it's like a huge influence for a lot of Malaysian comic artists here.
Hold on one sec. You said that some of these can go up to 50 ringgit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Wayne, I'm looking at that right now. That's $12 fucking.
Holy shit.
These niggas getting robbed.
Yeah.
It's some bullshit.
And
shit, that $4 don't seem bad now.
Yeah, and that is not including tax.
Oh man.
Not including taxes. because the tax for entertainment products, and I think comic is categorized as entertainment product, is like the highest here in Malaysia.
So y'all have an entertainment tax like New York City has a fat tax. I got it.
Yeah. Wait, New York.
So are you telling me that Malaysia's basically just Southeast Asian Chicago?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But yeah, no, New York City has a fat tax. You cannot.
Yeah, they do.
You cannot buy 32-ounce drinks anymore?
Yeah, you can only buy, I think, up to like 20-ounce drinks, and anything with a certain amount of sugar or anything made with high fructose corn syrup has a tax attached to it.
Yeah. And it's like an exorbitant. That's like 10% tax or something like that.
Yeah, and in their minds, it's to try to convince people to not consume sugary treats. Which what they don't understand is that humans are predisposed to consume sugar. That's why everybody's so fucking fat in the United States, because we're the land of abundance, and like early man was built with, hey, eat shit that tastes sugary and sweet. Because it'll help you survive. Now, us fat ass Americans are like, I can get 15 pounds of gummy bears for $15. Fuck yeah. Like, I remember when I was a kid, we fucking go to the local Meijer or whatever grocery store, and it'd be like Oh shit, they got the bulk candy? Fuck yeah. Did you need a 10-pound bag of fucking gummy bears? No, but it only cost me like $6.
Holy shit, that's wow.
Yeah, man. It's ridiculous.
I'm only slightly exaggerating on like I remember we'd get like a 3-pound bag and it would be maybe $5. Mm-hmm. It'd be like $1 and some change per pound of bulk candy.
Dude, I remember, it's funny because I don't know if you've heard of it's a now what do you call it, a bulk outlet called Fred's Club.
I have not heard of it. No,
yeah, it's probably more southeastern.
Yeah,
think of Sam's Club smaller scale. That would be the best way to put it.
Oh, okay, I got you then. Yeah.
But they had the candy aisle. Oh, bulk candy, my man. They had, my jam was sour gummy worms.
You got really fucking southern when you said that.
That's my jam, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, you're not alone. I also enjoy me some sour gummy worms.
Dude, me and my friend was like staying the weekend, after school, like Friday, mom takes us Friday night. Friday night. Okay. we would go to Fred's Club, get 2 bowls, and I call them bowls. They're probably like 2 pounds a piece of sour gummy worms. Why do we get 2? 1 for each.
Yeah,
because we ain't sharing.
Like you do.
Yeah, we ain't.
Yeah.
And it came with this like little thing inside. It was like a little clip, thing. Kind of like tongs, like little mini tongs, so you could grab them without getting sugar on your hands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, we take that to my room all night long. That's why we didn't sleep. We couldn't.
So, Miura, the point we're trying to get to is Americans are fat as fuck. Good reason though. Mm-hmm. Biological reason.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that the human body was never meant to be as lazy as it is today.
Yeah. Humans were never meant to live a sedentary lifestyle, but the advancement of technology and shit put us in a bad place.
We were kind of supposed to be like, herding, not herding, but
like nomadic,
like more nomadic and always on the move kind of people. But
well, I mean, because once people started being like, well, I can settle down and make my food, I'll just grow some shit.
Yeah,
and then they got to the point where if you were if you were overweight, it was a symbol of wealth because you could afford quite a bit of food. Now it's actually the opposite because most people in America and a lot of like Western European countries, if they're overweight, it's because I think I saw what was it? It was like in the UK, I think it was Scotland, where they could get like a 12-pack thing of like sausages or some shit for £2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's because it's chock full of empty calories that are going to make you super fucking fat. But shit, you can get a dozen sausages for $2. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kidding me? Especially got a family to feed.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's funny and I go, back to that sugar tax in, New York, because they said, you can't get, no longer get your 32 ounces, right? And that's especially because New York is a huge sports town. They got football, basketball, baseball. I mean, they got 2 of each. That's how big they are as far as sports. Hockey, I think they got 2 hockey teams. Yeah, they got 2 hockey teams too. Fuck. So yeah, it's like, okay, no more 32-ounce drinks. You can, I think at venues like that, you said 20 ounce, but I think at venues they're stuck to 16 ounces, right?
Ooh, you're right.
But here's the thing, Mior.
Mm-hmm.
People in New York City is so fat. People are saying, I don't give a shit. I buy 2. I still get my 32 ounce.
Yeah, they do too.
Yeah, they would just buy 2 drinks.
Jeez, Tommy, how come you get to get 2 16-ounce sodas? Because I do not want. Fuck you.
It's hilarious. Give you another example. Cigarettes in New York.
Mm-hmm.
A carton of cigarettes cost, I think $115.
That sounds about right.
You know what they cost here in North Carolina?
How much?
30.
What the fuck?
And the reason why is we're a tobacco producing state.
Yep. So that shit's cheap as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how much for a packet of cigarettes?
A pack
Usually,
is like $4, $3, $3
Yeah,
to $4,
sounds about
depending
right.
on what you buy. Yeah.
Yeah, because cartons usually what 10 packs.
Yeah. Now here's the funny thing about this, because they're so cheap here and in Virginia. Because Virginia is like here is where it's grown. In Virginia is where it's like processed. So it's like actually a little bit cheaper in Virginia, right? Because they got like Philip Morris and the Marlboro Company, all that stuff. So people will drive from New York to North Carolina and Virginia, buy cigarettes, go up there and sell them on the street corner for like $80. Because they're making.
Or they'll sell single cigarettes for like $1 a piece.
Yeah, dude. That I'm about to show my side of the things I learned on that side of town, if you know what I mean, Jordan. A Lucy man, a Lucy, shoot. You sell a Lucy man for $1, $1.50, man. It ain't no thing.
It's funny because my grandfather he smoked all his entire life. Whenever he needs to get cigarettes, my grandma, they'll make a trip down to like Indiana because here right now, like an average pack of cigarettes is, especially if you're getting like shit like Newports, it's like $7-8.
Right.
You go down to Indiana, even though it's not like North Carolina cheap, it's like $3 cheaper.
Right. Yeah. So it's like
so they'll go down there, they'll buy like 5-6 cartons of cigarettes and haul them back to Michigan.
Yeah. No, but here's the funny thing. My
granddad, he ain't gonna stop fucking smoking. He will stop smoking when he fucking dies.
That's kind of like my mom. My mom just said, okay, I'm gonna tell some tales out of school here. My mom just had surgery 2 weeks ago, right? She had to have she had to end up having an ostomy. That's one, the bag, because she's having problems. Can't get the stuff out, so they're having to do an ostomy bag. They told her, now, if you stop smoking, you'll heal up better. You think she gave a shit?
No, fuck, of course not. The first question she would have had was like, am I going to heal if I keep smoking?
Yeah, it'll just take longer. All
right, fuck it. Just light up right in the fucking blow the smoke in the fucking doctor's face. Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah. Screw you, you kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what is it? I forgot what it was. Yeah. I laugh because I just like you silly woman. She told the doctor, because they always talk about, it might be. And she said, I am 66 years old. I have lived this long, and if it's gonna take me, it's gonna take me.
Sounds about right.
I mean, yeah. She said, that's it. She said, I don't give a shit about what you say. But yeah, I mean, that's not, that's kind of the world we live in. But one quick thing about the New York thing, about cigarettes: if you get caught, they're gonna throw you under the jail.
Oh.
Or they'll just do what they did to what was his name, Kyle Garner.
Oh, and just kill him. Yeah.
Yeah, with the NYPD, like that nigga got choked out.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I was like, what were y'all thinking?
Yeah, I don't.
He was kind of resisting. I get that, but don't y'all have tasers? I mean,
well, yeah. Well, that's the big problem, was like the fact that specific maneuver that guy did on him is something that they tell you do not fucking do.
Yeah. Because
of what it can do to somebody's fucking windpipe.
Yeah, especially somebody his size too. Like,
well, yeah, that was another big problem, because that guy was a big boy. He was like 350 probably.
Yeah. It's just
so.
Now, yeah, okay. I will say, Miora, I will say, when you've probably heard that they talk about police brutality in this country, it is overplayed, but it does happen.
It does happen from time to time. I would say it's not as bad as what a lot of people would like to sell people on. At least not on the East Coast. On the West Coast, it's a little fucking different.
Yeah.
Over to California, them niggas is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but from what I can see in the media, it's not as bad as Malaysia, actually. The Malaysian.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, because that's the thing, because the United States is a first world country.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. I am not joking. I mean, it's a bit dangerous, me seeing this online, but you know what? Fuck it, I don't give a shit, because we just changed the government, and yeah. So anyway, yeah. Here in Malaysia, the police are openly corrupt. It's not even a secret. It's like it's something that everyone knows. Yeah, I am not joking. I mean, like in for example, in the state of Penang, for example, which is an island state. It's an island a bit north of. It's an island north from where I am.
Mm-hmm.
The policemen there can literally count their bribe money, like right there in front of you, and you can't say shit.
Fucking Christ.
I am not joking. Yeah, I mean, it's like this one incident that my friend experienced. My friend here, he used to sell like pirate DVDs, you know, on the side of the street. Yeah, and this one night, he and his partner got caught. And what happened was that his boss, which is his this gang member or something, just walked into the police station, asked the police officer, "Where are those two kids?" And then the police point him to the lockup, and then his boss asked, "Okay, how much for each kid? 200 ringgit each. Okay, here's 500. Here's 500 for you. Let them go." Just like that.
Jesus,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, I'm not joking. That's why things can get so bad here in Malaysia. That is better to rely on gangsters than on the police. In fact, here in Malaysia, it pays to at least know a few, like, like underground groups or something, because those guys can react faster than the police here.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I'm not joking. Like this one incident where my sister actually almost got raped once, and almost she managed to get away, and the police came up with all this shit like, "Oh, we can't find the guy." Okay, fine. Then I just called my friend. He called his friend, and we found the guy. You know.
You went at it old school. It's like, "All right, we can find this guy, and we're gonna deal with it."
Yeah.
And it was dealt with, right?
And the thing is, the police don't mind as long as they don't know about it. They're just like, "Hey, do what you gotta do. As long as we don't find out, you're fine."
Yeah, la la la. I can't hear you. Do your thing. Whatever. Bye.
Yeah,
exactly.
Although it's getting better now after we changed our government, but yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, it's it's like another example. If you came to Malaysia and you want to like sell something. If you want to like open a stall to sell food or whatever, you have to pay. You have to bribe to pay. You have to bribe a government official to do it. You have to have a quote unquote a master or an owner for you to be able to do that. Someone that you pay to. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this is what happens when your major religion is Islam. Just saying.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, our country is like what, number 3 for like piracy, and I think number 6 for corruption, if I'm not mistaken. On a global scale, yeah. So yeah.
Apparently, your English proficiency is ranked number 2nd for Asia after Singapore.
Yeah.
13th best in the world.
Yeah, because part of the reason is that you can actually survive in Malaysia without speaking the local language. Actually,
right.
Yeah, like if you come to Malaysia, you can actually live here without having to learn to speak Malay. Because I don't know why. I don't know why. We implement a lot of like English classes where we have to learn English, and and I think that's why we're 2nd.
It's because English is the world's language. God damn it! No, but it's becoming one of those things where I know a lot of countries are like, here, just learn English. Your life will be so much easier if you fucking know English.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when this stream was supposed to be about comic books?
Oh yeah, I was just thinking it might be time to wrap this up.
Yeah, probably going for a couple hours, I think.
Well, yeah, right at it was 1 hour 56 minutes, pretty much. So we're very close. But I think we had some good discussions about comics and things like that.
Yeah,
just had to veer off a little bit and talk about sugar.
Gotta get that fat tax.
Yeah,
that's where the real stream bucks are.
Yeah, we got to talk about some art. Got to shill Mior a little bit. Show off his stuff.
Yeah, let's big fucking.
I like how Daryl invited him but didn't tell him we were streaming. That's
that's amazing.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you're streaming? Yeah.
Yeah, we're streaming right now.
I was like, wait a minute. You're telling me you came to my stream and you didn't know we were streaming? Is that what you're telling me? John Malin, what do you think about that? Ethan, that's kind of stupid. I don't know what's going on here. What do you think about that, Doug? Like, guys, seriously, guys, calm down, okay? I am wallowing in this muck pit made by horses, if you know what I mean. It's great.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think about? God, I can't think of his name now. I was getting ready to do another impression. I can't think of the dude's name.
Edwin.
Oh yeah, Edwin Boyette. It's like, what do you think about that, Edwin Boyette? Well, guys, I think we all have to have a discussion. Okay, have a discussion about why we do the things we do. All right. It's clear that this gentleman should have been told that there was a stream going on. Okay.
I will never get tired of you impersonating Edwin Boyette.
I sent him. I sent him a Vocaroo.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw you share.
And he listened to it on stream. He said, "That's not bad." I'm trying to do Mike Miller. Mike S. Miller. I'm trying to do him. The only thing I got for him so far is to laugh. I can do. That's about it.
Jesus.
You know what I love about impersonators is that you can make them say things they'll never say.
Oh yeah. Like my Cab does. My friend. Hopefully you get to meet him someday too. Our friend. He when he does Ethan, he goes like when Ethan reads the super chats, he'll be like, okay, we got some super chats here. We got Nazi Man 1488. Ethan, do you think that the white man should be the superior race? Well,
Oh man, I fucking love Cab.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's fine. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, the white man has only been, leading the world, for the last 2,000 years. I mean,
Oh man.
I'm sorry, YouTube. I don't mean it. It's jokes. It's jokes. So I don't want to get kicked off yet.
It's fine.
Yeah, YouTube comedy. Hey.
Yeah, it's comedy. Yeah,
until somebody sends 1488 super chat, we're fine.
Yeah, as soon as somebody says that, I'm like,
you could be like, I disavow.
Yeah, I'm not going to read that. Thank you for the money. But yeah, anyway, it's like I said, I thought we had some fun tonight. I appreciate you two showing up. And I hope, getting to send my wishes out to Daryl if he listens to this later. Daryl, we hope you feel better, buddy. Know you've had a rough day. I think today's just been kind of one of those days. It's like, in all honesty, Jordan wouldn't have been here if we'd have been on time.
Yeah.
Because he was working, and then he said, I'm going to be working tonight. And I said, all right, man. And I told him, I said, we rotate around, so you can come in anytime. He's like, yeah, it's cool. And then, of course, we started so late, he just pops in and is like, hey.
How you guys doing?
Yeah. Oh, but anyway, like I said, it's having fun. Everybody, I'm gonna put a link in the chat after this is over. I'm gonna put a link in the chat to the video I did today about the SJW's Don't Read Comics hashtag that I did some research on and found out it's not what they claim it is. Big surprise,
Yeah, what an absolute fucking shock.
Yeah, whatever, right? But yeah. Like I said, had a lot of fun tonight. We'll be here tomorrow night, hopefully on time for once. We'll see.
I'm not counting on it.
Yeah, no, it's like I always figure at least 30 minutes late, I guess, at this point. But
and I thought you white people are always punctual.
Yeah, right.
I mean, look, Wayne sounds black. I'm half black. We're basically running on black people time at this point.
All right, everybody, y'all have a good night.